Hey guys, this is Gigi and welcome to this edition of Inside the Courtroom. My first episode of Inside the Courtroom was when I started following Rodney Jones, also known as Lil Rod, and he had that lawsuit against Sean P. Diddy Combs. Well, through this lawsuit, I was introduced to Tyrone A. Blackburn, and after reviewing and reading Lil Rod's lawsuit, I came to the conclusion that this Tyrone Blackburn was either jeopardizing this case on purpose or he was incompetent. I titled that video, Double Crossed, Tyrone Blackburn's Legal Tricks in Lil Rod's Battle Against P. Diddy Combs. Sean P. Diddy Combs, that is. Now, 9 months later, Tyrone Blackburn is still representing people in some of the biggest lawsuits out there. You have Dwayne Youngblood, who is in legal battles with T.D. Jakes. You have Lil Rod, Rodney Jones, who is still holding on to strings in his civil case against Sean Combs. You have Grace O'Mark, who is in legal battles with Christian Combs, Sean Combs' son. And you have Fauziya Abashe, who is in legal battles with DJ Akademiks. So publicly, he's looking like a big hotshot lawyer. However, privately, Blackburn has been fighting the very legal system that afforded him his license. So the lawyers that were representing Lucian Grainge and UMG Music went after Tyrone Blackburn, and Blackburn was notified of their intent to move for Rule 11 sanctions against him. Rule 11 is when an attorney signs a complaint or other paper in court. The attorney represents that the filing has legal and evidentiary support and isn't filed in bad faith. Sanctions under Rule 11 exist to punish the abuse of court process and to reimburse litigants for the cost of unfounded or abusive filings. So in other words, he is bringing frivolous lawsuits to the courts and should be sanctioned professionally and financially. So ultimately, Tyrone was able to get out of this fix without losing his license and probably having to pay more money back than he'll ever be able to afford. However, the way the judge ruled is very interesting to me because the judge basically ruled that he was incompetent, stating, therefore, while Blackburn may have acted incompetently at times, there is insufficient evidence for the court to conclude that he engaged in a pattern of bad faith. You mean to tell me that there aren't any other lawyers out there that can represent these people? Why are they all going to Tyrone Blackburn? So as far as the case with Fauziya Abashe and Livingston Allen, also known as DJ Akademiks, I have a special interest in this case because a while ago I did a video on DJ Akademiks, and I have never been so harassed like I was when I did that video. I mean, I've heard people on the internet talk about Beyonce having a beehive or something where you say something wrong about her and people come after you. Well, I experienced that with DJ Akademiks. And the video that I had up, I will say it was misleading because I actually, which I will never do again, got some information from one of the YouTubers out there, and I had a video and there was a woman screaming in the background, and I thought it was actually Fauziya Abashe, the woman who said that she had been assaulted in his home. It was not. It was another girlfriend of his that was screaming in the background. So the video that I had up was a bit misleading. So I did take it down, not because of the harassment, but because of the nature of the video, and I don't want to come off as misleading people. That's something that I don't want to do. And so I did take that video down. However, I had a very bad experience with DJ Akademiks and his groupies, and I made sure, and I want to make sure that when I come on and when I came back on to follow up on this case, that I really had facts and legitimate information. And so now I have some facts and legitimate information. I always believed Fauziya Abashe. Just a little bit of background about her case. She was friends with DJ Akademiks. One night, DJ Akademiks sends for her by rideshare, brings her from where she is through 2 states to where he is, pays for her, brings her to his home, does not greet her, has 2 other men greeting her. She is assaulted by all 3 men, according to her, and I believe her story.
I look crazy right now, but I'm not going to stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Akademiks. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything For you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought. Like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too, and a rape kit was done. You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted, you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long.
So DJ Akademiks' lawyer, Robert Ferraro, has not responded to discovery. And so he had a certain time to respond. He did not file in a timely manner. So judgment should be awarded to the plaintiff, which is Fauziya Abashe, just by default. There's prejudice to the plaintiff. The lawsuit reads, the discovery sought by plaintiff is critical in advancing her claims, including proving liability, establishing the extent of her damages, and preparing for depositions and trial. Defendant's refusal to engage in the discovery process has denied plaintiff access to essential information, forcing her to expend additional time and resources to compel compliance. This delay significantly impacts plaintiff's ability to secure a timely and just resolution of her claims. This is what Blackburn is requesting. Considering defendant's continued noncompliance with the prejudice caused to plaintiff, I respectfully request that the court compel defendants to provide incomplete responses to plaintiff's discovery demands within 5 days of the court order, or strike defendant's answer and defenses and enter default judgment against defendants and award plaintiff reasonable attorney fees and costs incurred in bringing this motion. Blackburn goes on to say on August 4, 2024, he extended the deadline for 60 days, allowing defendants until September 11, 2024 to comply. On November 16, 2024, Blackburn sent another email to defendants' counsel emphasizing the overdue discovery responses and requested immediate compliance. On December 16, 2024, Blackburn sends another email warning defendants' counsel that failure to provide discovery responses by December 17, 2024 would result in the filing of this motion, which is the default judgment. So now we're just waiting for the presiding judge, Judge Aldo Russo, to rule on the behalf of this case, which it should be simple. Obviously, DJ Akademiks did not respond. He or his lawyers responded. In my humble opinion, this is an admittance of guilt. And this is an easy way of kind of just getting a default judgment and putting an end to this case. Now, of course, we have to wait for the presiding judge, which is Judge Aldo Russo, to make his determination. Now, Judge Aldo Russo may bring forth some type of precedent that could affect this case, but according to the law, as it stands right now, Fauziya Abashe has won this case against DJ Akademiks, also known as Livingston Allen, because he and his attorneys failed to respond to discovery, which by law means Fauziya Abashe has won by default. So as we wait for Judge Aldo Russo's response, do you think that DJ Akademiks' lawyer, Robert Ferraro, could come back and say that he just missed the deadline and be given another opportunity because of incompetence? I doubt it. If that were to happen, can we really be angry at that because Tyrone Blackburn just got that courtesy? So this makes me think of when I was in college and how I read this book, the autobiography of Malcolm X. And Malcolm X talked about how when he was younger and getting in trouble with the law, he and his friends would play dumb. They would patronize the police to make the police feel comfortable, and they would play into the stereotypes of the police, of the stereotypes that they had of black men at that time as basically being dumb. So they, in a sense, outsmarted the police at that time. I wonder if this is what Tyrone A. Blackburn is doing here. Do you think that he's playing incompetent to get out of things that other lawyers would not be able to get away with? Because if Robert Ferraro comes back and says, hey, I forgot, I didn't know that I was supposed to file a response in this amount of time. Oh, I overlooked it. If the judge was to come back and say, oh, it's okay, you're incompetent, so I'm going to give you a couple more days to do that, can you be mad? I don't know. I hope that this will be the first win, or one of the first wins that I'm aware of when it comes to these essay allegations against these men who are in the public domain and the public site. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments about this incompetency. Would you like to hire a lawyer who is deemed incompetent? And how did you get your degree if you are incompetent? And how far can you take that incompetency? I don't know. But in the meantime, guys, have a very safe holiday. New Year's. Please be safe. I hope to see you on the other side, and I hope to make it on the other side myself in 2025. But hopefully we'll go into it with a win, especially with this case, because my heart went out to Fauziya Abashe when I heard her story, and I believed it from the very beginning. So until then, guys, this is Gigi. Peace.